What can bring together a century-old schoolhouse and fresh roasted coffee? 2 words, Jumble Coffee. Jumble Coffee has all kinds of great food and drinks, and with me is George, and he's gonna tell me all about it.
Well, Jumble Coffee's been around since 2010. We opened up a drive-through over on Wacker Drive about 6.5 years ago, and just recently in September, I moved to Asbury as well. So we've always been offering organic fair trade coffee, now locally roasted here right in Asbury, and a bunch of good pastries, breakfast burritos, lunch burritos, and anything the heart desires.
That's awesome. What do we have here? What's this?
That is our most famous drink and most popular.
Most famous?
Most famous and popular drink is a turtle mocha.
Okay.
So you can get it hot, iced, or blended like a frappe or a frappuccino.
Oh, yeah. Also chocolatey but real. I mean, it's a great iced coffee. Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the space. Where were we at?
So we are in what was the Asbury one-room schoolhouse, built in 1845. So we believe it is the oldest schoolhouse in Iowa.
Really?
Yes. So it was a schoolhouse for about 121 years. Yeah, I know.
Jeez.
I know, right? There's a lot of work to be done when we bought it last year, but then it was Asbury City Hall, then the Asbury Police Station. When they built the new building down the road, we bought it and brought back a lot of its original luster.
Wow, it's a really fun, unique space. I love the brick. And quite frankly, anytime you can take an existing building and repurpose it and just bring new life into it, like you said, that's so great. So because this is a former schoolhouse, you still have the school bell here, right?
Yeah. Yep, the original school bell from 1845. We actually found the cupola up on top, or the bell tower, was completely enclosed for, 30 or 40 years. Right. So when we bought the property, we had no idea if the bell was actually up there. So we went through the drop ceiling that used to be up here below the tin ceiling, found the access, went up in the attic, found a rope going through a hole, and then backed up really far and gave it a tug, and nothing happened. And I backed up even further, yanked on it real hard, and ding! We heard the. So that was one of the neatest things we found. We were hoping it was up there. The city had no idea if it was up there, or if they had taken it down, or if someone stole it. So when we found the bell up there, we were pretty excited, and then redid the cupola and shined up the bell a bit. And
that's great. And then what do you? So when people come in here,
they can come in. They can put $1 in the jar, and it goes to the Asbury Volunteer Fire Department. So pay $1, ring the bell, and then local community gets all the proceeds.
That's great. That's great. So with renovating the building, what has been the biggest challenge when you guys were going through that process?
The biggest challenge I guess it's just like any if anyone's ever done a renovation, you go in and you expect that, we're gonna keep this, we're gonna keep that, it's gonna be walking the park, it's gonna take 2 weeks, we'll be, soaring, flying high. It's always more than you expect. It takes longer than you think. You don't know until you get in and start opening stuff up. Like, it was a beautiful wood floor, and you can see we actually ended up using the original wood floor as the menu board frames. But when we came in, it looked gorgeous. But when we opened up a section and looked underneath, the 171 years of substructure next to dirt did not treat the wood very well. So, there wasn't much left.
It is absolutely gorgeous in here.
Thanks. And like when we bought the property, did we think we were going to build a tree house out in the yard? No, we didn't. But when we were standing there, someone's like, it's a perfect tree for a tree house, so we built a tree house.
So George, walk me through the roasting process.
All right, so all these barrels are full of our green coffee.
Okay.
So that is raw, unroasted, uncooked coffee. So we have our different origins in our barrels here.
Yeah, I see this one's labeled Peru.
Yep, we got some Peru, some Sumatra, some Ethiopian, all grown around the equator in different parts of the world. So I do my own little special mix of it. Put it here in our fluid bed air roaster. And we roast in 5-pound batches, so small batch roasting every time. So this is a fluid bed air roaster. Most coffee that you probably ever drank before was out of a drum roaster.
Okay.
So this is a newer technology. You get a absolutely uniform roast, and you get a consistent roast, the exact same roast every time. You can see here the hot air just moves in the fluid bed. That's why they call it, it's a fluid bed of air that roasts the coffee. So we're roasting 5 pounds. Throughout the process, you can see the coffee start to change color.
Yeah.
As it expands, the coffee bean gets larger.
Yeah.
The skin or the coffee bean hull is then shred at first crack. So when the coffee bean at first crack, you'll start to see the skins fly up through the chamber and go into this see, it catches in the back barrel there.
Okay.
So in a drum roasted product, that skin is incinerated into the roast, so it leads to a little more of a
more bitter,
more burnt flavor. So this is cleaner, smoother, never bitter. So, and the hulls is actually a carcinogen. It's in such low levels that it's not dangerous to humans. But you'll see, it's a 10-minute roast.
Okay.
So you roast 5 pounds in 10 minutes. You'll see in here in a couple minutes, it'll start to get like a caramel golden color. You'll start to see all the hulls go up.
So then, are you guys selling this in the bag too?
Yeah, so we offer whole bean or ground coffee. We do have a bunch sitting around here, but all those bags are full of green beans. No roasted, so there's no roasted coffee sitting on the shelf. Anything that you come and buy, we'll bag for you right here, right out of the bin. That was just roasted a half an hour ago. We'll weigh it up, put it in a bag for you, so you know it was fresh roasted that day. And we are actually going to start offering our whole bean on the shelves in Hy-Vee coming up here shortly as well.
That's
so
awesome.
Look forward to that.
And you're doing all that through here?
Right here. Small batch roasting, kind of like your micro-brewed beer, you know?
Right. That's
we control it. It's not just dump a whole bunch of stuff in a huge vat in a factory and walk away. We can,
So you can come here, you can get your pastry, you can get your morning coffee, and then you can also pick up a bag of coffee for yourself at home.
Yep. Well, I think any person who drinks coffee for a little while will not like the burnt, smoky, the over-roasted bean. I think they want a roast where if you're going to drink it with, caramel, white chocolate, and a turtle mocha, they want to be able to taste their flavorings, but yet they want to taste their coffee.
Yeah.
So you need it just dark enough to cut through the syrup, but not to have that burnt, smoky, charred flavor. So, and that's with the level we try to take it to. Just bold enough, before it goes to that burnt point. Most coffee that you would get, you'd be very, very hard pressed to drink a cup of coffee that was roasted a week ago.
Right.
Most likely it was 6-8 months ago, So yours was roasted an hour and a half ago. I think that's the biggest thing that you can control and to positively impact the taste of the coffee.
Right, and so, I mean, it's all about freshness, right? It keeps everything nice and fresh.
It goes straight from the roaster, straight into the hopper, straight into your cup. So there's impossible to find a fresher cup of coffee than that, I guarantee you.
Yeah, everything from your, turtle chocolate frappe to your green jumble juice. It's so awesome that you have the variety and you have all kinds of different tastes for every kind of person. All right, George, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.